Hi, I'm Tabitha Hawk, and I was going to show you how I do a quick edit in Adobe Lightroom with one of my photos. So I'm going to walk you through how to import um, a photo. At least this is how I do it. I click over here under folders. There's a little plus sign, and then I hit add folder. In this case, um, well, I have a P drive just for photography. It's a 4 terabyte hard drive, and these are the folders I kind of organize them in. Um, and this is under landscape and winter and under tasks. So we'll select folder. And there is just a single image there that I took actually in 2015 when Nashville had a ice storm. So with that selected, I'm going to the bottom right here and where it says import, and I'm going to click on that. And so it brings in that folder under landscape and winter under tasks. So and this is the kind of the photography nerd information here with the exposure and the ISO, etc. So if you go to develop, it looks pretty boring to me, at least. It's just kind of straight from the camera, nothing, no thrills about it. So what I like to do is change the white balance, which is known as this WB right here. It stands for white balance. Since I shoot in RAW format, it allows me all these options to do. And so what I like to do is, especially for anything sunset or sunrise, I like to really pop the colors and really make it stand out. So I do shade a lot. But this is how it looks like straight from the camera. Auto, nothing really different. Daylight, a little bit closer. Cloudy, a lot better. Shade, definitely what I'm going for. And then a lot of times I'll play with it manually here with the temperature and kind of give it more of a, well, in this case, I'm really making the warmth color of the sun really pop through. And the irony is a cold image, but yeah, I want it to give the visual impact of it being warm. And then you can kind of play some with colors here. And a lot of times I'll do like auto for the tone and exposure to see kind of what it thinks is a good start. Sometimes auto works. A lot of times I'll take highlights and move them all the way down. What that, and I do that especially for a lot of sky pictures where I want to bring out the color of the sky. So I'll bring highlights all the way down to -100. And you can definitely play with contrast. Vibrance is something that I use a lot for color, especially for fall. I'll bump up vibrance. And I don't really mess with saturation too much. Every now and then, if I want to cheat a little bit and really make it ridiculous, I'll throw in a couple plus for saturation. And then down here is lens correction. And so as you can see, when you enable profile corrections, it takes away the vignetting around some of the corners. Sometimes that's a good thing, but in some images, like this one, I actually think it kind of adds to it. It kind of draws your eyes a little towards the image. So I'm actually going to leave the corrections off. And then down here on the dehaze, sometimes I'll use that for landscapes to kind of really show off, like, well, this is what it does. When you go all the way to the left, it kind of makes things cloudy. So it's kind of good for people to kind of give them that, like, I don't know, senior picture look. And then if you go to the right, it kind of sharpens everything, kind of makes it just pop a little bit more. So I'll play with that, but other than that, it doesn't take long to edit most photos, unless I'm making a composite, and in that case, I use Photoshop, and you're, spending an hour or more on just one image, but and just took a couple minutes, and this is what the before is on the left and the after is on the right, and as I definitely would agree that the right one is more pleasing. And then to export it, what I do is I right click on the image, do export, and then in this case, no watermark. And then I do JPEG, 100% quality, sRGB is fine. Sometimes I'll do Pro Photo, but since this will be going on the web, sRGB works perfectly fine for me. I uncheck the watermark, and that's it. Just hit export. Of course, I have it go into a folder called No Watermark. Hit export. And there it is. So that was a quick and fast edit, and I hope that helps. And most of the photos I do, I just kind of play with it, see what looks best, and keep on going. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.